Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. As if this game wasn't amazing enough already, I have discovered something new. Something that I think has actually been in the game since day one. This is absolutely amazing. Do you recognise the part of the city that we're approaching? Well, I do, because I know exactly where we're going. And there's something up ahead. Yep, that might give it away. Something in the middle of the road there. This is just absolutely incredible. This view right here. And yeah, we're heading into the new residential area that we've been building recently, and just seeing the city from this perspective is stunning. It looks really amazing here. And the way the cars drive is absolutely crazy, especially when you're going around those roundabouts. They really do whiz round corners and go up and down ramps, and it looks like they're going to fall over half the time. So I think right now we're delivering some goods, and we'll probably be done with that in a second. And now we're heading back to the industrial area, and let's just sit here and enjoy the ride and check out the view, because the game looks beautiful. And I was browsing Reddit the other day and I saw an image that was posting. We almost ran someone over there. Yep, an image had been posted. Can I click on it? It's like another little mini game. Try and click on the X. Yes, let's finish my sentence. This image had been posted, and it was of someone driving around first-person view, and that's when I realised, hey, this feature's been in the game for a while. You have to click on a truck, and then you click on the little camera icon up here, except it's on the info pane for, when you click on something like that. And then you can, hop in and have a first-person ride around the city, which is amazing. So now that we're going back onto a ramp, you might see some of the crazy driving going on. And by the way, we're down to about 20 frames per second. When we stick in this view for a while and record, it does tend to go down a little bit. And man, this is the path with the park on the side. Oh, awesome, we're going into the new commercial district right here. This is not the way I would have expected it to have travelled back, but what a nice view it is. And I'm pretty sure we're going back into the industrial area. So yeah, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. As always, if you want to see another episode tomorrow, 2,000 likes, we're still doing the whole daily episodes thing. And I want to say thank you ever so much for your feedback on the last episode. That one was a special, and I haven't actually seen your feedback at that time. Wanted to let you know, but I'm sure your support is great. It always is. And I really like to actually read all of my comments. Well, that was a bit of a crazy maneuver right there. I like to read my comments before I do a video, otherwise I feel a little bit disconnected, Actually, I don't think this guy's going to the industrial area. He would have turned off on the right-hand side there, so he's probably going somewhere else. Let's find out. Delivering goods to this place. We have to click on that to exit. Or this one. Actually, I'm not sure. How do we exit? Like that? Okay. Actually, I think that's part of the first-person mod then, if I had to press that button. So it looks like actually the trucks must go around and deliver to multiple places. So since it's always there, we're about to learn something. Look, the load is 48%. I don't remember what the load was when I found this truck, but it will deliver it and then it will move on, and then we'll be able to see if it's going to deliver some more goods or go back to the industrial area. I kind of always assumed they'd just go back and forth between two places, which doesn't make any sense. And yeah, now he's on his way back. So that was absolutely fantastic to see the city from that perspective. Got to do that from time to time. And over here I started planning out the new area. It does look a little bit ugly, and there's not much residential demand at the moment. You can see a few higher buildings around here. I mentioned when we built this road that I thought it would look probably better if there were buildings on either side. So I've kind of done that, and I've been zoning out this area here, and then I thought, hang on, wait a minute. This building right here is going to generate a ton of noise. What have I done? Actually, this is one of the ones that doesn't. So you can see here, it's not a problem, which is pretty cool. Got lucky right there. Actually, now that I say it, these buildings are all white. Commercial ones will be light red. That's the metro, so it's quite dark, and these being bigger commercial buildings are a bigger source of noise. This building's not white, it's pale sort of red colour, whereas this one over here must generate a ton of noise. And look at this area, it's just riddled with noise, all the people going out shopping and having a good time. Anyway, let's exit out of that view. And yeah, I started a little bit of work on this, but I kind of want to get away from the whole focusing on the expansion of the residential and industrial, because over here it's the same old deal really. Look, you can see off in the distance they're complaining about workers. It's just this area here which is a little bit strange. Maybe I need to look into something there. I mean, there is a path, so in theory they should find their way over there. And that area seems to be fine, and this area is struggling a little bit. So maybe we should just focus on the expansion of these areas then, since they're doing alright. There's definitely demand for this stuff, so let's go ahead and zone out some more of this. That'll do. Quite a large expansion right there. And yeah, we're going to leave that alone for now, because there's something else we're going to be doing in this episode. We are going to try and build a monument. It is this one. No, it's not. It's the Eden project. This will increase the land value across the entire city. And in order to do that, we just need this one building right here, the Cathedral of Plenitude. And we require 30 different service buildings in order to get that. So I've been thinking, hey, which ones don't we have? We don't have one of these in the city, so we're just going to plot this down over here in the wastelands. We don't have one of these. We're going to do the exact same thing. We can demolish this after we get it. And if I remember correctly, we had 21. So there we go. We've got 2 more. We've got 7 to go. So what else haven't we built? I don't really want to build these power sources until the last moment. And are these new? Oh no, that's just one of DP's ones. I never scroll that far over because I didn't want to use nuclear power. I just wanted to use these ones. So there's several sources right there, but let's see what else we haven't built. A water drain pipe. We could put one down just completely isolated. Is that the right one? Yes, that's the right one. This is where you just dump the pollution without treating it. Okay, so we should now have one more. We do, very nice. And now if we go on to health, I'm pretty sure that I've built a hospital somewhere in the city and that would have been disabled. However, I don't think we have a cemetery. Let's click on that icon. Empty building to another facility. And it doesn't have electricity, that's fine. So we had these in the city before, but then we deleted them. So I'm not sure if they count. It looks like it does. That's good news because there's something else that we have. I don't think I ever built one of these big fire stations. In fact, this is one of the things I'd like to fix in the city. We kind of neglected fire coverage a lot, and I can see over in this area they need some coverage. Why don't we just put down this right here, maybe on that road? A little bit of space right there. And then that's going to cover all of that area. Oh, look at that. That was really good placement, and it spreads all the way out to that bit as well. That's fantastic. Okay, so excellent coverage right there. And that's one more building, I do believe. Very cool. Actually, no, it's not. Okay. I know for sure I haven't built this big crime one. Did I build the DP one by mistake? I might have done that. No, I built the normal one. Okay, I haven't built one for crime before, the police headquarters. So let's sort of zoom out. You can see the entire city is pretty good. The crime rate is about 7%. And I don't really see a place where there isn't a police station for quite some distance. Feels like the coverage is pretty good. Probably this area, the bottom half of it, not so great. So for this new area, let's just put it next to this one. The people in this area are going to love this. They're going to want to move right in. Let's put it on that corner, perhaps. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Okay, so that should be one more. So we're down to... No, it's not. Okay, I do have one of those somewhere. But it's all right. By the way, our income, I know we just built a couple new buildings. But again, it's leveled itself down to this lower region. It always does that whenever you generate more money. So we've done education. We've pretty much built everything there is to build here. Yep, we've built all of those, and so that means it's just power that's left. So we're going to have to go back to that anyway and build these things. So let's have a look at what there is. We have the coal power plant, that's the proper one. Then we have the DP one. So let's just plop this down isolated somewhere, and we won't connect it up to anything. Okay, there we go. We've got a temporary road. We are going to get rid of this stuff. And where is it? Power. Okay. So one of those, that's... Does it like run automatically because it's powering itself? It probably does. So that's going to cause some pollution. And then we've got an oil one. Let's put down the oil one. That's probably going to require oil to be delivered from it from our other industries, isn't it? Interesting. And then the nuclear power plant. That is a big old thing right there. Let's put that down. So that's 3 more. And that means that we got 2 left over. So I don't know what those other 2 are. They might be, these buildings might count as well. However, it says 30, so if they did, then you'd think all the ones we've built so far have covered it. So there's obviously something I've missed here. And the missing building was the landfill. You can see it over here. I've turned all of these off, by the way, with the exception of these. They don't need to be on though, so we'll turn them off as well. I'm going to demolish all of this in a moment, so all of those are off there as well. I built a hospital. I thought that might be it, although I was pretty sure that I built one. But yeah, eventually I figured it out. So the Cathedral of Plenitude. Oh, this actually has an area of effect. You know what? I think this area right here might be the best place to put it. You know, we were talking about having a road going between the 2 places. Well, this being the first area that we built in the city. And that reminds me, I get a comment about this from time to time. So let me know if you want to see this. Do you want to see like a tour where we kind of recap what we've actually done in the city? Because this was the very first part that we started with over here. And yeah, I could kind of explain the history a little bit, what order we expanded in. But yes, the idea was to raise up the roads going across here and then to plop this down in the middle and have a road between the 2 areas. I think that is exactly what we're going to do. It's going to look very cool in this area as well. Alright, this used to be a very busy area in the city, and over time it has really changed. It's interesting how you can just keep building and the traffic will move somewhere else, because we still have tons and tons of buildings here, although we did have an industrial area right here, so maybe that generated the traffic that we were seeing. But what we're going to do is delete this road because it's a shortcut, and actually you can see there's very little traffic, and probably over here we could do away with this road as well. But for now, that one looks alright, and then we're going to delete these two roads as well. They are hardly ever used, and there's not enough traffic here to justify their existence. So away they go. And what I'd like to do is actually build this on camera together, because I do get quite a lot of comments from you guys asking me to do a few more things on camera. You know, I do a lot of off-camera stuff and then tell you what I've done, and that's just because I'm a thinker. I need to stop talking and think and, you know, put my mind into it. But I realise this is going to be quite simple, so let's do a little check first of all. In fact, what we should do first is put the road going across the two. So we want to get it nice and in the middle. That building right there is going to go, unfortunately, and so will those two on that side. That looks oh, right as I do it I realise I made a mistake there. It's right in the middle, but we want the building to be in the middle, so I guess maybe what we'll do is figure out the width of this thing and then change that a little. So it's this building down here. We've already got it selected. Wow, that is quite a big building. We should have put this road a little bit further up, I think. But anyway, we'll stick with what we've done. I don't like to destroy buildings and then, you know, go and move a road somewhere else and destroy them again. So let's kind of measure out and across like this. And I think we'll find we're going to go for 1.5. So that'll be a half. Let's connect like that. Let's go all the way up there. And what did I say? 1.5? So 1.5. So it's that road right there. We go up by 1, go down like that, destroy the bits of road that we've now created, and then we see if we can place this thing. Yes we can. We can put it down, and we can actually do that immediately, I think. So that's 3 on either side. That's nice and even. We'll put down some parks around it as well. And let's just take a step back. We need to get power to it, that's the thing. That is a lovely looking building. That is a very nice looking building. That's almost like kind of fantasy RPG style right there. Very cool stuff. I like it a lot. And now the land value should increase across the entire city. Something we forgot to check. That hasn't actually done a lot. Have I got the right thing here? Oh no, it's the thing after this that does that. Okay, so this thing is just another tourist attracting building. Okay, that's fine. And then we've got the other thing to build after it. That's the one that we're going for. Our monument. That's now available. There it is, the Eden Project, 6,000 a week. Look at that area of effect. Once again, we've got to put this in a nice area. I think right there, I think we're going to end up doing the same thing and just putting it down there. That's a really good area of effect, and that will increase the land value. So anyway, it's just the roads, the overpasses to do now. And as I think about it, we want to send them across here. And if we go directly above these roads, then the supports will mean we can't place them there. So actually, I think the smart thing to do is to bring that across like so, and leave a little bit more space, so it's going to hug it, and then those parks will have to go underneath the road, or something like that. Okay, let's demolish all of that. And by the way, I was mentioning at the beginning of the video that I didn't see the last episode because I was recording like ahead of time. And I don't like to do that too often. That's just because I've got things going on. Otherwise, I would be recording on the day, and I kind of forgot to mention that. And I'm the kind of person that has to mention these things. Yeah, it kind of bugs me if I don't, and that's just the way I am. Okay, so we built that road correctly, and possibly we could have made that look a lot nicer, because we could have built some roads off of the grid. And do you know what? I'm going to do that so I can show you how it's done. So this is stuff that you want to do if you want to make your roads look nice and neat. You want to work on the same grid, because the roads are always going to be at 90 degrees to another when you use the snap tool like that. So let's just make sure that's going there and connecting with that one. And we're going to delete these roads, by the way. What we want to do is select the bit in the middle, go down like this, and then go up. So we go up to the next height, and it's telling me it's too steep. Let's go all the way out by 1 on that side, all the way out by 1 on that one. Excellent, and then that's where our road starts. So now, in the opposite part of the road, we'll go up here, select the same bit, and it's going to connect to the roundabout. That's not what we want, so we want to kind of figure out... Oh, there you go, it's actually got it on the same line. Okay, cool. So we can bring it somewhere around there. That'll do. Same thing on the other side. Can we get it exactly the same? I think that is. Just by eye, I'd say that is. So actually now we can go... How did you get up there? There's a bus just randomly up on the ramp that we're building. And what we can do is upgrade this to the next type. And now those are perfectly parallel. And somehow I've managed to screw it up because this one is slightly closer. And we're going to go with that. So I'll change this one on the side. You can see here by the grid lines that the gap isn't quite the same. Alright, it looks good, doesn't it? Maybe it looks a little bit wonky on that side. Actually, I think that's a little bit of an illusion. It's pretty cool. I made the road a little bit shorter so the start and ends are actually in line with the building. I moved this back a little bit as well. You can see that's shorter, so it's kind of more centralized. And yes, I've got to sort out the trees around it, but I put in a couple of these little flower beds right there, and that connected up the power grid, which is very cool. They're very useful for that, so a pro little tip for you right there. And this looks pretty damn cool, I think, and I think it'll look even better when we have another one over here, but it's going to be a much tighter squeeze, and also the road design is going to be a little bit better. So let's pull out our monument. This is our objective for this episode, to get the Eden project in place. I'm thinking there might even be room to put it up here if we change this roundabout a little bit. And I've been looking at this one, and once again the traffic in this area just so much less than it used to be. We can afford to remove this road right here, and probably that one as well, and then we can make this whole thing a little bit bigger and then put the Eden project inside of it. Now at the moment we have a connection like this, which is alright for that thing, but I've got a feeling the Eden project might actually generate a lot of traffic, so we'd also need a much more sensible entrance. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet, still making up my mind, but we can definitely make some modifications to the roundabout here if we need to. Alright, so I made my modifications. They don't look too pretty, I know, but I was looking at this and I was thinking if we put this over in the roundabout, then some of its area of effect goes into the ocean. So if we move it back here, it's kind of ideal. So that right there, when it snapped green, do that again please. That's where it's going to go, and it just so happens to go right across the edge, which is very, very cool. So if we zoom in and have a look, you can see it's not too pretty, and I removed that shortcut road right here. I think actually I might put that one back because these roads ended up being a little bit different than I thought. The original plan was to sort of raise them up on either side, but eventually it became quite clear that the Eden project wasn't going to fit there. So we've pushed this back a little bit. You can see these roads are a little bit shorter. One of those is now pointing in the wrong direction. How did that happen? I don't know. That is actually a little bit strange. So let's change the direction of that one. There we go. Awesome. And now we can put the building into place. So I've got these roads on either side. What we're going to do with that is bring them out to the edge here and probably put some buildings on either side. But let's resume the game because this is going to have a massive difference across the city. And I've been looking forward to seeing this. So let's place it down. The Eden project. Let's have a look at our land value as well. Oh, that definitely went higher over here. I'm pretty sure I've not seen it that green before. And that's interesting. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, we saw the effect of that happen right there. And again, crazy, crazy. It's happened everywhere. Look at the land value of this place. Unbelievable. That was well and truly worth building. And I think now what we can do is raise our taxes up a little bit. So let's open that out because the land value is so much better everywhere. We're going to raise everything up to 13% and see if people complain. If you're 13, you're going up to 14. Let's try this. Okay, 14. These sliders could be a little bit easier to use. They are a little bit finicky. There we go, 13 and again 13. So let's see what happens now. Let's speed up the game and see if there's any complaints. But that is fantastic. Hopefully people will move into the city a little bit more now as well, considering the land value is so good. But anyway, I'll keep an eye on things. Looks like people are upgrading a lot. That makes a lot of sense actually over in this area. The land value is really helping out here. And over here as well, yep, look, buildings are upgrading. The land value has really, really helped out. These monument buildings are just perfect for the end game, I guess. Just make your city so much better with just a couple of buildings. But I like it because we had to do a whole bunch of things to get there. We built this thing and, of course, loads of other things as well. And let's have a close look at this building. That looks pretty spectacular. I like that. It's like housing for growing lots of plants, isn't it? Very cool stuff. What a nice looking building. Oh, that turned out great, didn't it? Well, all of those raised taxes got rejected, so we're back down to what we had before. We are generating a little bit more revenue here, which is good to see. And this looks a lot better now. Put in all of the trees around it. Surrounded this one with parks, as you can see. And it got me thinking, actually, with the land value increase, do we need so many parks everywhere? Because that's how we kind of kept people happy before. And maybe we can free up some space by removing some of them. But again, it also looks pretty. Like, look at the view over here. It's nice. Well, apart from the fire, but it's nice to see that there's a couple of parks in between all the buildings. And over there's a gap. Why is there a gap there? There just is. Okay. Fair enough. I think that's a one wide house. Oh no, it's not. It's the garage. of this one. That is a very fancy looking house. Anyway, distractions. Over here, we put in some plazas on either side, a couple of small commercial buildings, and then we put some high density ones right here. And I actually think this kind of detracts from the view a little bit. They look kind of ugly, like an eyesore in front of a very nice building. So we're probably going to get rid of those, but I'm going to leave it for now. And I was just thinking, do you know what we also need to do? Add in a bus route over here. We need to add in bus routes over in this area and metros. And as our city has expanded, they have become quite a tedious task. And look at all these areas. This place is absolutely crazy and beautiful. It looks amazing. But that's going to be it for this episode. As I mentioned earlier, had to record in advance. Got a lot going on Friday, which is when you should be seeing this video, I think. Hopefully, if all goes to plan. Anyway, again, 2,000 likes for another episode tomorrow. Thank you for all your support on this series. It's been terrific to play this game. And now we've got another monument done, which is awesome. 2 more to go. But that's it from me this episode. So as always, thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you next time.